Ah, yeah. What? 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 Yeah, your boy Tank Lip. This a URL blog. This a Beasley blog as we get Beasley. The B was at ease thinking Lee for what was Bruce. That's mopping the floor thinking be easy. L to the I double P. I said that's just sweat. My head ain't greasy. Alright, so anyway, you thought we was hitting you with bars, but it's a URL blog. We're going to touch on some topics. First up to bat is the topic of Beasley calling out B Magic. Is the battle of the bees. Oh, guess we on some Wu-Tang shit in reality of it. B Magic and B Beasley. All right. Beasley is basically calling out, this is via a blog that's out right now. This is on some Hip Hop Is Real blog. It's a URL blog because it's got the characters and staff of URL. So it's also a URL blog. But basically, Beasley went on record calling out B Magic, saying like B Magic didn't show for the Born Legacy event because of personal issues. He was having some family shit or whatever. But Beasley points out in the blog that if B Magic couldn't attend the Born Legacy event and didn't have, therefore, the time to attend the event, and how did he have time to go on all the radio shows and mad like social media blogs and tweets and like shit on Facebook? How did he have time for all that if he was having family issues but didn't have time to actually attend the event? Beasley makes a good point. I'm just saying, as a neutral party blog, and that is a fantastic fucking point that Beasley is making. Then inferring that because of the discussions he had, which, by the way, he says he didn't like B Magic's tone, the conversations he had on the phone with B Magic, they're talking numbers. Like, and Beasley is pointing out, like, B Magic is talking about URLs doing bad business. They're not doing business right, and points out the two following points. That not only do they do good business, but B Magic was paid before the event. Okay, he was paid before even showing up, so the expectation is that he'll fulfill his obligation to show up and do his battles. And Beasley goes on to say that how could URL be doing bad business? That Beasley's been out in the streets for the last 7 years doing this URL shit, and people would have seen him by now. And what I mean by that, and what he means by that they would have saw him is, you know, mad cats come up with their fucking crews and shit. And he's basically saying if URL did bad business, someone would have got in his face, talk some crazy shit, talk shit to him already, try to throw hands, get in a scuffle, or fight him. But 7 years, he's been doing this shit for URL, and never has any of that shit happened. The point being, if you use good deductive logic, that if no one is starting no shit with Beasley, and all these rough cats come through, okay, that could bring some gangster type shit to him. None of that has ever happened because no one has a problem with Beasley. No one is really, even though people are saying that URL is doing bad business, how could they be doing bad business? Because by now, someone would have seen him in the streets. He's basically saying he's accessible. He's around. He's not a hidden cat. He's out there. Someone would have come and brought some shit to him. by now if he had done bad business with anyone, but he's seen so many different people over the 7 years, some of which being like some real rough cats that could have brought that drama, and no one ever did. And the point that no one ever did is no one really has a problem. Okay? And is calling out B Magic for saying, you know, how could he be doing bad business? And basically calling that bluff. And then also pointing out that B Magic was paid. He was actually paid before the event. So how could they be doing bad business? Also on that perspective and aspect. And then also goes on to point out just some like, you know, important points to understand about URL. Not only are they doing good business, okay, and fucking paying cats before the battles even happened, but they are eating costs. Okay, they're flying cats out, putting cats up in hotels and shit. They don't get money back for that. So they are actually a very hospitable company doing great business. They take care of their people. This is why Tank Lip fucks with URL. If it ain't URL, it don't count. And I'm starting to think, if it's not URL, it doesn't count. It doesn't count could be unless it's URL, because URL is counting that money. We are working with some big operating money right now to run such a successful establishment. If it ain't URL, it don't count, because URL is the ones counting the money, and that's not to take a shot at them. Now, the other thing is, how the fuck is Beasley so fucking handsome? Like, honestly, if Tank Lip was, and this is on just some side points shit, like I'm really starting to wonder, you see how I got the edges on like that and like all this? Like, if I was black, I would be Beasley. And if Beasley was white, he would fucking be me. We are like twin brothers. How is this guy so goddamn fucking handsome? He's like more handsome than Kanye West. The only thing is he actually speaks well. I fucking love this Beasley guy. Are you fucking kidding me? Kanye West is the fucking worst speaker, okay, that I've ever seen. Did you just see him fucking muck up another MTV spotlight on the 2016 MTV Awards? Kanye West cannot speak, and he's not even as handsome as Beasley. Beasley is the fucking dude. He might be handsome, so fucking goddamn handsome because he looks like Tank Lip, or maybe he's just so fucking handsome that I'm thankful I look like him. But let's like talk about that for a second. And this guy speaks well. He is a smart cat. Like when he was speaking in that blog, okay, like, I mean, he's just very intelligent and well-spoken. How do you not fucking rock with that? This is why this guy is fucking heading up these fucking big companies like URL and shit. They're not stupid. Okay, between him and Norbs and Smack, you got fucking three powerful minds working that establishment. That's why I fuck with URL. These cats know what they're doing. Okay? And the other thing, he makes a great point, that B Magic battles so much. Like, how much good material could B Magic really cram into that brain of his? And that by missing this amazing Born Legacy event, that he really didn't have room to slip. This is all coming from Beasley. He calls out the shit. He's on point. Basically saying, like, the guy, you know, much respect to B Magic for being a good battler, that the guy's very talented, but he's taking so many battles that, like, some of them he's falling off. Like, how many frequent battles could he possibly come dope on every battle? So that's a good point. And then to miss the URL fucking what people are calling one of the greatest events of all time, like this Born Legacy was just stacked. Like there wasn't a bad battle. For a guy like B Magic, whose career is kind of questionable, like it's one good performance, one iffy bad performance, then a good one. Like he doesn't really have the room right now to slip up in a bad battle or slip up in a sense to not even come, because they'll give the next cat the opportunity. URL is that big right now where it can make or break your career. Like if you're on URL stage, like that is a building platform, a career changing platform. I mean, it always has been, but now more so than ever. So for a guy like B Magic, who maybe doesn't have the momentum as some of these other guys that have the fucking clout right now, that people say, B Magic is falling off, it's a has-been, slipping. He can't afford, when URL is offering him that stage, to not come, because you might not get that opportunity again. Because you're not coming as consistent as some of these other guys, is basically what Beasley is trying to point out. So, and I could understand, like, Beasley saying he didn't like the fucking tone, okay, of B Magic. And then, it went from saying, okay, it was something other than really what it was, calling his absence because of family and personal issues. Okay, but then how did you have the time to do all these blogs basically talking shit about URL? And then also too, like, how were you talking numbers, like contracts, like you weren't paid enough? Like, why did you take the money in the first place before battling? Why didn't you talk about it then? And then, like, which one is it, B Magic? Like, is it that you can't attend because of personal issues? Okay? Or you're not attending because you're trying to make a point that you didn't get paid enough, because you're talking on the phone with Beasley about numbers, but then saying it's not about the money, it's about family issues. And then at the end of it, reneging, not going back on the number thing, that, it's not about the numbers. But why did you even engage that talk when Beasley was like, well, what is it? What's your amount? What's your number? What's your price? Why did you even engage that? Because then that implicates that it really wasn't about family or personal issues or family matters. It really was about the money. Okay, so you kind of slipped up there. Like, you got entrapped. Like, Beasley can now come back at you and say, like, he was talking shit. He's saying it's about personal issues, but then it's almost like he'll consider coming if the price is right. So even if you renege in that conversation and at the end don't make it about the money, you were talking about it during that same conversation, saying it was. That you're trying to get more money out of it. That implicates that maybe if you got your price, you would have come. Therefore, making it bullshit that it was about personal issues or family issues. So, Tank Lip, just blogging about some shit. And I really want to know, how the fuck is Beasley so handsome? Now listen, Beasley, Norbs is going to get with you. We're going to talk about this Tank Lip versus Daylight thing, okay? And I ain't going to get greedy with numbers, but, listen, if you're doing business so good, feel free. I could use a little paycheck. I've never done this. I've never made it about money for myself. But shit, if we're going to put on the biggest battle in history, Tank Lip versus Daylight, just start considering, like, you're going to fucking talk numbers with a clown like B Magic, okay? Fucking talk some numbers with me. Let's fucking make this shit official. Get Smack on the horn. Fucking talk to Norbs, all three of you. I have full confidence you could put some shit together. And let's fucking Tank Lip versus Daylight. URL, we could do it at Born Legacy 4. If it's not him versus Chess. I don't know somehow how Chess is involved. Oh, no. Chess is SM6. So fuck it. Born Legacy 4, Tank Lip versus Daylight. What do you think, Beasley? I fucking love, how could I not love you? You're fucking so goddamn handsome. And you speak better than Kanye West. So fuck it.